All right, welcome to the Starting Over Podcast. I'm your host, Edward Shelton, aka Dark Logos. And this is the show where we talk about strategies, tactics, and mechanics behind the game of heroclix. All right, we're on part 2. If you have not watched part 1, watch part 1 first. I know this sounds old hat to long-time listeners, but there's so many times that people start at the last episode and don't watch the first episode. I have all the logistics and numbers to prove it. Just do. So please go. I'm not even getting YouTube money. Just do it for yourself. Everybody's in quarantine right now. We're bored as hell. Here's some free content. All right, so let's go and talk about rares and not try to cry ourselves with some disappointment. All right.
I don't know what's disappointing about the very first rare in this. 035 Superman is a tower at 175 points. He is somebody who is there to just mess people up. Full 4 clicks of invincible. One of them with a 19 defense. Is not at all a terrible thing. He has 175 points for charge, 11 attack special, 18 invincible, 4 damage leadership. 11-4, I would really like to see a 12-4, but that's just me being greedy. For what it's worth, on his first of 3 stop clicks, he gets a 13 attack.
Right.
Yes. So you really look at that tail end of that die. Whoa. Okay. And he heals off of that too? That's cool. Yeah, he's a monster. He is an absolute monster for 175 points.
Right. Okay, so this is the point where I look at him and I say, yeah, specs, homie, all day. Like, and I know that sounds bad, but let's go over it. Boom 2 travel. Once per game, phasing teleport. When Superman uses it, his speed value is 12. After resolutions, remove an action token from him. So he's just like, yo, I made this attack. Now it's time for us to get out of jail free card. Let's go. Reset the game. And in particular, it makes it with, if you put specs on him, he's a lot dumber. Because now all of a sudden you TK him out, hypersonic speeds for 12, and then he boom tubes moonwalk all the way back to where he started and said, let's do that again. Let's do that again next turn. So you're not gonna get him. Then the 7 decades under the yellow sun. Super strength Superman has protected outwit, except from characters that are a higher point or that can use a Superman enemy team ability. And that is what he needed. That's the key element I felt like he needed protected outwit.
And it's not from a TA, it isn't quintessence, it's just he has spent 7 decades under the yellow sun and he can no longer be outwitted. Sorry about your life. Sucks to suck.
Sucks to suck. Seismic Slam, Quake, when he uses it, and it targets more than one character. Each hit character is dealt 4 damage instead of 2. And this is what I feel allows him to compete. Will there be people that will say, but Dark Logos, I don't see him surviving this, that, and the other. I'm like, yeah, I mean, Green Arrow his days are short upon this meta world. And I understand that his kryptonite arrow can cut through all of this interesting build right here. But I'm telling you, literally looking into the future, this dude has some potential with exospecs. Maybe even a Remaker ring. Remaker ring. But
or I think exospecs is the right call.
Yeah, I mean he has an 8 range. I mean, if you really wanna like throw down and be creative, give him a power gem. Like Give him the power gem and just set him up from the laser dudes for 6. Like, it's going to go down.
Again, him and 65 points of Dr. Fate, right?
Oh, yeah. Him and 65 points of Dr. Fate, all rolling Justice League Unlimited to take 2 tokens off of them, so that
I think I still have points for Batman Prime. Do I have points for Batman Prime?
I don't even know, man. We could try, I guess. Like, there's enough stuff where I would make the argumentation is you could build with him. Is he going to be the champion that saves all and beats Hulk and all this other stuff? Probably not. Is he able to actually provide a lot of people an introductory into competitive play? I think so.
So you could do Superman, Batman, Dr. Fate, and two copies. You can't do the full 4, but you could do 2 copies.
Oh my gosh, I only have +1 actions instead of the +4 that I was planning. Or +3 instead of the +4 I was planning.
Whatever it is, right?
Yeah, because Superman has leadership.
Superman has leadership. So yeah, you're still at 5 actions with 5 characters.
So like I said, this one's okay. Let's look at Green Lantern. I think this is Justice Lord's Green Lantern, which he's not. He's like the prize support Green Lantern, except I don't think he doesn't have as much utility.
He's a disappointment to Jon Stewart. Let's move along.
Yeah,
45 point The Flash seems odd.
Because he wasn't a Justice Lord. He was a robot. Yeah, that was true.
Yeah,
they tried to mess with him,
right at the end.
Yeah,
with the fated battle, maniac, right? Whatever that god creation was. He's trash. Unfortunately, he has a stop click and a way to heal, which is cool. Except that there's no way to activate it that feels good.
I will mildly disagree. I do not think he's trash. For one key reason. Bastion will always have a place for him. Bastion will always have a place for another robot.
No, because he has the highest defense, right? That's super difficult for him to mind control.
I don't care. Bastion always has another place. Has a place for another robot. I'm just saying. Anyway, all right, let's keep going. What the heck is this kaleidoscope of Justice Lord's Wonder? Oh no, it's Justice League. It's Justice League Wonder Woman from the future. It's the future Justice League Wonder Woman. Okay, I remember this chick because it's like Barda's kid or something. Or
no, this is future Wonder Woman.
Oh, okay. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I never watched that episode. I'll guess I have to check it out. So charge, super strength, invul. It's getting late. My brain is crossing names. Invincible, and shape changed. We're starting off nice. 3 clicks of super strength, some invulnerability. I don't know.
If a friendly character named Batman was KO'd by an opponent's attack this game, Wonder Woman can use Battle Fury and modifies attack +1.
I really don't want to sacrifice a Batman unless it's like a trouble alert.
Prime Batman? Would you sacrifice a Prime Batman?
Hell no. I would not sacrifice Prime Batman. Prime Batman does too much. We already established that. It's just like saying, you didn't have to sacrifice your arm for victory. Do you want to sacrifice your arm for victory just to stab him a little bit faster? And I'm like, there's other battles I have to do. I prefer to keep my arm.
But there could be opportunities in which I could see that being useful.
Possible, but let's finish her trade off. Peace at any cost when Wonder Woman KOs a character After resolution, choose one. Heal Wonder Woman one click, or remove an action token from Wonder Woman. She can functionally keep her momentum up, but she doesn't have anything that I feel is like wave clear. Like she doesn't have Quake, which I would feel would be necessary if she did that, if she with that trait, which goes back to exospecs. I hate to say it, but her being 120, I feel like she's automatically losing that fight for good characters for you to play with Justice League.
Agreed.
So
there are better choices.
Yeah. All right. Blight. Nope. That's a whole lot of nope. We're not messing with Blight. Blight is that's not going down. Amanda Waller again.
Are you not a believer
of Blight?
Yeah.
Okay. Can sell it to me. Sell it to me that this literally walking dumpster fire Chernobyl accident is worth it. And you know what sucks? He is a bad mofo in Batman Beyond. And this dude is trash. This dude is trash. Okay. I don't... whoever made this one, I want to give a grand statement to you. Blight. This is how Blight should be. Blight should be 11 attack, pulse wave, 3 damage. Move. And you're able to activate pulse wave or poison. Period. Just period. That's all. That's that. And then he shouldn't be invulnerable because he wasn't a strong dude. He wasn't. He should be toughness. He should be like 50 points and about 6 clicks. Toughness, I move and I can activate poison or pulse wave. That's it. He shouldn't have all this other crap. He shouldn't have range combat expert. His first attack should be an 11. Everything else should be a 10. Because when he gets beat up, he really does get beat up. He should be like a 9 on his last click. His defense is low like it should be. And you don't have to give him Indom or any of that other stuff. That's all. That's all you had to do, whiz kids. But again, teenager watching this, I loved some Batman Beyond. It was my jam. All right, Amanda Waller. Because the world needs Batman. During force construction, choose a friendly character 125 points or less. With the Batman family keyword, that character has the future keyword. Boo. At the beginning of the game, choose a combat value this character. Beginning of the game, choose a combat value. This game, that chosen character modifies the combat value by +1. Congratulations, I've done this. I'm not Batman family. So here's how you hobble together something stupid. Okay. Number 1, Amanda Waller is not unique. That's number 1. Number 2.
It is true.
Number 2, her trait is not unique. Because there's nothing stopping from the same figure picking a same character during force construction. Okay. They can pick different stats. Okay. Once you've done that, you go back to the Batman animated series. And
you just go to the Batman family keyword, right?
No. I mean, no. I'm not even done yet. You go to the Batman animated series and you go get that Batman, the old man Batman, that gives you like the outwit and the plus stat. So you just sit this tribunal of stupid. It's not even a theme team. And you just pick like out of the bat.
He gives them the future keyword, right?
No. She's not Batman family. Oh no, you're right. It may be. Hold on, give me a second. Because is he Bruce Wayne?
It's Bruce Wayne, but he has the future keyword.
He's Bruce Wayne.
He's future keyworded, yeah.
Batman and animated series. Oh no, this could be theme team. Yeah, so there we go. So then you dig through. It gets better, y'all. You dig through and you start asking yourself, what character could be so annoying and so useful and so dumb that all of a sudden my opponent slightly hates life once I start stacking this combo? And there are two that come into mind. Okay, and one of them is the Batmobile at 150 points. I'm not done. I know I normally don't do this on the show. But now I have the Batmobile, right? I just need whatever pilot.
Yep.
I just need whatever pilot. And you know what? Because I don't really care. You know who I can put in there that can still be sort of stupid?
Who?
I could put in Prime Batman.
Yeah, you can.
I can put in Prime Batman, or let's just say I don't put in Prime Batman. Let's see who else I can. Oh, look, there's Nightwing. There's Signal. There's
Signal.
Orphan.
There's Signal.
You know.
Right.
Oh, here's Red Hood. Well, no, I mean maybe not Red Hood. Not with that point value. Okay, so there's that. So this is the levels of stupid that we could get. Then there's also the con exclusive. Is that con exclusive Batman? Where is he at? Or did he the one that is the mech? Yes.
Oh, he's 100. He's 150 points. Yeah.
Yes. This is, but it has to be what 125 points or less.
Yes.
Hold up. Let me go back. I got a little too happy.
You're fine.
I got a little too happy. This is when the show they're like, no man, you didn't read the card. It's like you didn't read the card. I skipped her because
Bat Knight. Bat Knight is Bat Knight's already feature keyword.
No, 125 points or less. Yeah, 125 points or less. So I go and modern age less than 125 points. All I'm looking for is
a pilot.
No, I'm not even looking for a pilot because once he gets a pilot, the stats won't transfer. All I'm just is looking for is someone with a base if 11 attack on first click.
Hardak Batman.
I wish Bat Knight was still would be for right now. Bat Knight is actually your boy. Oh no, you can't. But
Hardak Batman.
From
Batman the Animated Series, the Super Rare Prime.
Okay, there you go. Hardak Batman. Who else? Robin. Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond, functionally. I know that's what they were trying to lean you towards. But you could run the old Batman Beyond from Batman the Animated Series. And all of a sudden, hello, I am plus stupid. And I've picked my stat. And guess what I also have? I equipped the Soul Gem. Because why not just piss in your coffee fully? Deal with my 20 defense. Have a great day.
Also, title Batgirl would be pretty good.
Title Batgirl would be good, but she's retired. Or
no, Batman the Animated Series.
Why isn't she showing up? Oh, I had the 11 attack prerequisite. That's why.
Right.
Yeah. So, Batgirl also is another one. It's like, oh, do I get more stupid stuff that's added on to me? So, yeah. So, again, I'm sorry, WizKids. Don't make a piece like this in which I can just continue to stack dumb effects onto one character and make them dumb.
Future keyworded, right?
Yeah.
That we're talking about so far?
Yeah.
Do you know what else is future keyworded?
What?
Dr. Fate.
Oh, congratulations.
We just hit the full Yahtzee.
Congratulations. To quote Tropic Thunder, never go full retard. Never go full retard. So I know that's me being like really, really hard on WizKids, but yeah, like, and then even then she has leadership, outwit, perplex. When Amanda Waller uses leadership on result 6 instead of the normal effect, she may remove an action token from a friendly character anywhere on the map. Congratulations, soldier! You have fully just messed this completely up. So yeah, Amanda Waller. Is it a must buy? If you want to troll locals, I think there is something there. You can fully just piss them off to high heaven. There's nothing that they can do. Uh, Next up is the Mazo, which we do not speak of.
The Amazo that was, not the Amazo that will be.
I was so disappointed when I saw this figure,
Oh,
considering how bomb that figure was,
oh,
that the character
close.
was.
So close.
You're 290 points, and I hate to say it, I need multi attack. I need free attacks for existing if you want me to run this figure. And you don't give me that? I can choose standard powers. I don't care. I really do not care. I'm gonna get pulse waved. You know,
Into oblivion.
into infinity and beyond. So don't. And then you should never have a 3. I should never have a 3 damage ever, ever on this character. So yeah, this is bad. Don't play this. Oh, here's a 150. Still bad. Never play this. You know how I said previously there's always a space in the heart of Bastion? Not for this. This is trash. Don't play this.
Parasite.
Oh gosh. The oh yeah, he's okay. This is
You know who he's in the vein of?
who?
For me,
Who?
he's in the vein of Vampire Jubilee.
Yes, if you were able A to find one and B your opponent was stupid enough to let Vampire Jubilee pop off.
Mm-hmm.
I sort of I see what you're saying. I'm also going to harp on Exospecs because now I get that flurry goodness. Like once I'm next to you, like he'll charge.
Or that hypersonic, right?
Yeah, no. You go like this. You charge in, you hit them, then you pick plasticity, so they can't go away.
Traded plasticity.
Oh no, then yeah, hypersonic speed. Oh no.
Plasticity, fam.
Actually, no, we can't because he loses plasticity if once he picks the hypersonic speed from Exospec.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
So you charge in with blades because why not? You do 3 damage. The worst you could do is 2. You charge in with blades and then you go and snuggle up on somebody. After you snuggle up on somebody, then you just proceed to be like, yo man, we gonna flurry and just heal up. And your opponent has to just deal with Parasite. And you just constantly keep going. Let's look at his keywords. Monster. I don't think Monster really has a place for him. Secret Society of Supervillains does. Legion of Doom does.
Secret Society of Supervillains is one of those scary, like especially if you start looking at Majestics and Golden Age. I mean, first of all, there's still Faust, right?
Oh yeah,
Faust is has that keyword particularly. The new Starro does. Turtle does. Right. So there's a lot in the Secret Society of Villains keyword to build with.
Yeah, I would make the argument they need to do what they did with Justice League and take Secret Society of Supervillains, Injustice League, and Legion of Doom and just name it one thing.
And he is one of 2 characters in this set that actually have the Superman enemy TA. Again, the entire TA still seems to be lacking in action.
Right. It's very few people even know that it grants you outwit. It grants outwit to the higher point character. So anyway, let's keep going. Green Arrow, Justice League Unlimited, and this is the Seven Soldiers of Victory one. Yeah, he's all right. What do you think?
60 points. There are better Green Arrows.
Yeah.
Right?
But he has steel energy with ranged attacks.
That's fantastic, except for someone who doesn't have a stop click and probably just gets one shot.
Fair enough. All right. Again, they did my boy Static. Let me redesign this character, WizKids. Just please. Let me, I don't have to win anything. Just pay me the shekels, okay? I'll make him the Static that he deserved to be, okay? Like, why is he this bad? He's old man Static. It makes me cry inside.
I don't think that he's that bad.
Oh gosh. Okay, so here's my problem. All right, so take Superman, who can go up there, gank you, and then get back.
What point value is Superman though?
175 points. In all fairness.
Okay, all right. So he's 75 more points.
He's 75 more points. But when I look at Static does what? He starts off with a TK, which realistically is not that useful for him. Okay, then he has Chain Lightning. When Static makes an attack with more than one target, modify damage by +1 for each target within 3 squares of him. And after resolution, give a hit character action token. You know what he needed? Energy Explosion.
No, well, I mean, late dial he has Pulse Wave in that click, right? But like if they put the Pulse Wave on him top dial.
You know, if they put on top dial, that would have been great. Energy Explosion. Like make Energy Explosion useful again. Useful. Yes. Make Energy Explosion useful again. You had it. So I'm back to saying the same thing, and I feel bad because we've talked about this for years. Exospecs is the patch on every heroclix where you're like, are they not good? Put them specs on them. Like, do you feel it's like the Tussin with the Chris Rock act and bigger and blacker. It's like you got sick, put some Tussin on them.
Well, I mean, didn't Static always have a?
You cut out
a thing.
You cut out.
Didn't Static always have a pair of goggles on his head? So what thing, anyways?
Yeah. So why didn't they just give him TK except like he could target multiple objects instead of characters? That would have been great. Definitely in a meta where there's multitude of objects floating around, and I need to equip a multitude of characters in a turn. But they didn't. Like, if they did that one thing, Static would have been meta. Or, let me rephrase that. He wouldn't have been meta. He would have been useful. But instead, they made him bunk. Anyway, let's roll on. Supergirl. Another one. I like this one. All right, tell me why you like him. She's cheap. It's just, and there's a joke in there. It's like you like all your women, but it's like realistically, she's cheap with Justice League keyword. Okay, and if you want to do that whole Kryptonian thing, you can do it with her. She has range. She has Justice League team ability. She has Superman team ability. She has Indom. She has that second trait when Supergirl has no action tokens and makes an attack. Just an attack. If she hits after resolutions, remove an action token from her. Or if she missed after resolution, give her an action token. I think this is one of those, okay, this is a penalty. I can see how they're able to keep her stacked with powers, but this trait allows her to either swing one way or the other.
Hmm. Is there any way to give her a free attack?
Not inherently with her own things.
So no, is there an equip that could give her a free attack?
No, if it was so, we all be talking about it.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
But I mean, even if it was like a free end cap, isn't the Christmas present, doesn't that give a free end
oh,
cap?
okay. I don't know. Oh, I think it may. I think it may.
Christmas present. Um, on a 2 through 5, pie in the face. This turn, this character can use incapacitate with a range value of free as with of 3 as free.
Is it a minimum range value or a range value of 3?
Range value of 3,
Okay, so it's
which is
set.
more than what Supergirl has, anyways.
No,
Right?
she has 6.
Oh,
It's the
does
other
she?
Supergirl. Yeah, so I think actually then yeah, you would be able to use that. All right, let's move on to the girl. Let's go to the main event. Hawk Girl. Hawk Girl is the Justice League chick. This oh gosh, this is a must get like 3 or 4 of these. 30 point dial people, listen to me. Listen to me. Play the 30 point dial. Don't even look at that. Don't you dare look at that 60 point dial. Don't you dare look at those team ups. Forget that. Just forget that. Play that 30 point dial in multiples. Charge, flurry, improve movement, ignores characters. Nth metal mace. When Hawk Girl hits characters with mystical keyword, after resolution, deal that character 1 penetrating damage. That's
Tri Sentinels, you say? Wendigos, you say? What a coincidence!
I think we found something to just murder folks. So I think Hawk Girl is in the midst of all the other stuff that's come out there. I gotta be honest. You know, when we start talking about in chat on our team, it's like lobbing grenades at people and finding cheap grenades. Hawk Girl.
And so, like again, if you want to talk about like a Justice League spam with like 10 or 12 theme, right, which is easily achievable.
Yeah, and you're talking again. I think the
Um,
meta piece is Doctor Fate. Because Dr.
well,
Fate is just lobbing them and you'll have the actions.
yeah, if you run 2 or 3 of these with a combination of 5 Doctor Fates,
And
right?
Billy's.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, it's there. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I just thought about it. My game against Lucas,
Mm-hmm.
in which he was trying that one team that we won't talk about directly,
Okay.
had all those perplexes.
Mm-hmm.
If he utilized this figure instead of the other charge figure, he would have had not only the props but a second attack on me,
Nice.
and he would have paid 20 points less.
Nice.
Yeah. So anyway,
We should talk more about that later.
we should talk more about that later and not be cryptic in front of the audience.
Right.
All right. So Hot Girl, like, is she's worth $10? She's worth the
No,
$10.
More than that.
Not
There
20.
will be people. Well, listen, team ups.
Oh yeah, team ups. Yeah, her team ups are okay.
Okay. Listen here, Bucko. You could tone that response the hell down. If you look at her number 11 team up, play her at 30 points with future Superman. Or even starter Superman. Give either one of those guys mystics. And you laugh and you laugh and you laugh at anybody who tries to kill your Superman without taking care of her first.
Oh, your whole entire team has Mystic Team ability.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they all have to be on the field, and the moment one of those dies, the team up doesn't work. Whereas, and you have to run a Mazo. So okay, so you run 40 point Mazo, You sadly have to run Vixen.
No, you don't.
No, it has Superman, Green Lantern,
You
Doctor
have to run
Fate.
all those feet.
Yeah.
No. If one or more listed friendly characters are on the map, Hawkgirl and the listed characters have Mystic's team ability. So if you just run Superman, you don't have to run them all.
Oh, okay. I didn't see the +1. That's a rarity to see that. Okay. That's a good catch, Wes. Good catch. All right. Let's keep going. Martian Manhunter. I don't know. I think he is one of those that he is he is so dependent on team ups. He's too dependent on team ups.
Well, now, in fairness to him, his team ups with are really good. Traditionally giving them shape change.
Right.
So that's never a bad thing, right? But if you just look at his dial alone, man, it's okay. He does have top dial, invincible, super senses, and shape change. 400 points.
Yes, traded. Yeah, super senses and shape change.
Shape change, right?
Yeah, in the current format, it's not as rainbow magic as it used to be. I look at him at his 50-point dial, and at his 50-point dial, I'm like, I'll pay for that. I'll pay for that. And here's why I'll pay for it. At 50 points, I can get a mind control phasing teleport. When Martian Manhunter uses phasing teleport and moves 4 squares or less, after resolution, he can make a close attack, which I can use mind control.
No, you can't.
You can use mind control in close.
It's not capital close.
Oh, okay. It's just close. Never mind. All right. In that case, yeah, the stock on him has gone down. Even for a leadership, I could not justify him. and that's the part that sucks. I have
justify.
I have to look at him as team up fodder. Oh, that was unintentional pun.
Yeah, I see. You caught it.
That was an unintentional pun.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't think that he does enough at either point dial.
And in all fairness, we did test him at 50.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, you did. You played him in the.
I played starter Manhunter.
Oh, I thought it was this one.
No, sir.
Oh, okay.
Starter Manhunter is an entirely different matter. You remember Captain America?
Oh yeah, never mind. Yep.
All right.
Yep. All right. So next up is Speedy, which if it wasn't for your pulse wave arrow, no one would ever think about him.
But him, it's Roy Harper.
Did I say her?
You did say her.
I'm used to the other Speedy being her. Sorry.
So he not to apparently this show it's going to be Ed talking about exospecs and me talking about Dr. Fate because
yeah,
he is unique with Dr. Fate in that it's a pulse wave that you would actually get to use Dr. Fate's enhancements for.
Correct. You could 6 damage single target pulse wave somebody potentially.
With Dr. Fates.
With Dr. Fates. And that's something I would argue is not bad. It's just, it's once per game.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
If it wasn't once per game,
that just pulse waved you for 6.
Yeah, like I would say, is there any way through any sort of rainbow magic I can bring another Speedy from outside of the game and replace this Speedy with the same exact Speedy so I could get a second pulse wave?
That just hasn't done its once per game.
If you know how to do this in Golden Age, please let me know and write it in the comments below. Because, buddy, someone's going to be on the receiving end of that one day. All right.
Somebody's going to catch that arrow one day.
So, yeah. Vigilante. Yeah. Yeah. I'm
what
not.
do you mean?
He's okay. I don't think he's impressive. You have a chance of making a second range attack with the damage power. Then they're going to lasso me up some bad guys. Once per turn, when Vigilante makes a ranged attack targeting a single opposing character and hits, you may choose that the attack deals no damage. If you do, give the hit character and all opposing characters adjacent to it an action token, and they gain immobile until your next turn. So, in terms of control, it's not bad, but overall, it don't impress me much.
So I would consider it with specs, right?
We're back to specs.
Yep.
Oh gosh.
Yep.
Long-term listeners, the specs have turned into the sniper rifle. Just slap the sniper rifle. You remember back in the day, it's like, oh, your range is 6. Slap the sniper rifle on.
Are you running Kurth? Here, you should put a Fidian on Kurth, and then give him the sniper rifle.
Yeah.
A la Aaron Morgan, right?
Yeah, just slap the sniper rifle, or slap an entity on it. I hate to say it, it's just as bad. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's talk about Shade, and I will give you the time to pontificate on Shade.
Shade is okay. For 45 points, he does enough, I think. He grants you access to the Shade team up on Lex, which I already kind of touched on earlier. His problem, the only thing that really prevents him from being like on everybody's Injustice League theme team is the timing. Because it's Stealth Passenger 3, but only to carry characters that occupy his smoke cloud markers, even if they're not adjacent. But his smoke cloud, it's Poison Smoke Cloud. Smoke Cloud is free, but he can only generate a number of markers equal to the total number of action tokens on opposing characters. Meaning, he's an okay taxi, but he can't carry up on turn 1. He forces me to let my opponent move up first. And I don't like that.
There's a limitation. Yeah, because on turn 1, if you did win initiative, you couldn't use Injustice League against your opponent. Because they would have first turn immunity from it, wouldn't they?
I don't think so. Maybe because that's the same language as the cube, right? I don't think it targets.
No, it does not target.
So if it
doesn't at the beginning of your
then
turn, roll a d6, give an action token to an opposing character within that's 100 points or less. Period. Global.
So it's an incentive to run a high Injustice, is what you're saying.
It's incentive. I mean, but if you do like I said before, we've run Justice League teams with the unlimited trait.
Justice League.
No. I'm saying we've run Justice League traits, Justice League teams with the unlimited trait before, and talking about how many characters you can go through and roll, and then not hit. It's ridiculous. Let alone banking a tournament on it. Like that. That's my problem. Now, when you start talking about his team ups and all his other, wobbly stuff, okay, he might get a bit better. But I feel like...
But again, I think his problem ends up being pacing, right?
Yes, but we're in a game state right now where is if you're going to, let's just say you do create a team with enough plus to map to do what we're talking about, then you're going to need to utilize that to either equip or get initiative in placement. And for your main taxi not to give you that, that's a problem.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
So,
for what it's worth, he is a mystical taxi. I don't know that he'll ever see use though. Mystical has enough taxis, I think.
uh, that is fair.
I mean,
There,
if I'm running a mystical theme team, you have to make the case of him or 3 Wendigos.
ooh,
It's literally passenger 3
ooh,
for 45 points, right? Now, for what it's worth, it's 1 action, not 3. Injustice League doesn't have a lot of leadership. Okay. Mystical has leadership though.
yeah,
Our
but
boy Strange.
gosh, like, good gosh, yeah, I see it. Uh, I feel like there's this like I will say this, there's this continued frustration where you want to take uh, what is presented
Mm-hmm.
and you want to take it to the next level, and you can't. Uh, you can't because like there's some of the stipulations here that are just not working out, in my opinion.
Agreed.
But
It's again, it's one of those costs that just completely prevents me from ever wanting to play the fig, right?
right, right, I 100% agree. And initially when we saw the team ups, I was like, well, maybe there's a place for him. But now, the more and more we sort of like dwell on it, I'm like, ugh.
No.
Yeah, like this is not a good look. All right, let's go ahead and move on down. I'll let you tackle it.
Solomon Grundy want pants too.
Yep. Go ahead.
So, probably my biggest personal disappointment in the set. Um, they could have made Solomon Grundy from the episode where they had to put him down,
Right.
right?
Right.
They referenced that episode at other points in this set, but we didn't get that Solomon Grundy.
When he's like almost lucid.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, not when he we got the Solomon Grundy that's like almost petty criminal Solomon Grundy, right?
Right.
We got the Injustice League Solomon Grundy, which is fine. I mean, I want to build my Injustice League team too, but maybe do something like what they did with the Superman. Start him at a lower dial, but give him the robot keyword. Start this Solomon Grundy at a lower dial, but keyword. But give us big Grundy on the top end. I want that Grundy that Gold Amazo couldn't stop.
Yeah.
Right? Do you remember that episode, Ed?
Yeah, it was a good episode.
Yeah. And I think it was one of the iconic episodes of the series, and definitely again that was central. But I just think that was the missed opportunity here. And we go back to the switch clicks thing.
The wild
And
guys.
it's just not there for him, you know? And that's not the way I think of Grundy working. Anyway, right? Like
Right.
that's just not a mechanic for me that makes sense for Grundy.
I agree. I mean, it would be one thing if you said it's Undying Grundy, which would be appropriate in my opinion if you had an Undying Grundy, because
Mm-hmm.
at least with the Undying Grundy you would say like, oh, okay, this time he's this person, or he's like this other time he's like that. Uh,
So you're saying like if he had not quite to the extreme, but like a haha Joker effect, right? Like if this was 75 point haha Joker Grundy.
no, I would actually would have preferred if this was just 100 point don't die unless all my teammates are dead, or he's the last figure on the map Grundy. I think that would have been appropriate because
Mm-hmm.
uh, that way you could have him die, come back to the second set of dials, die, and then go to the third set die. Like you could cycle through how Solomon Grundy as a character operates. Even if you had 3 clicks of hey, stop click. You hit me, stop. I'm impervious, stop click or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That would be great. Like, oh, beware of the third stop click. He starts on the first one. Solomon Grundy is born on a Monday. He's just like the petty criminal. You hit him, then he goes to Solomon Grundy in Justice League. Hit him again, then you go to Solomon Grundy, the crazy dude that just wants to punch everybody and takes on Superman. Like, you could have easily done that, and then he just cycles back through.
And remember the episode with Grundy where Doctor Fate and who was it Clarion? No, he wasn't working with Clarion. It was one of the, it was yeah, I think it was
Etrigan?
Clarion. Huh?
Was it
Say again?
Etrigan? It's been
No.
years.
So they were like doing this experiment on Grundy, and it was to keep this demon from crossing over into their realm. Like it was a very Doctor Fate story. But it was oh no, it was Aquaman, and Aquaman wouldn't tell Superman or Wonder Woman why they were doing what they were doing, and Superman and Wonder Woman interfered, got them to stop, but the demon crossed over. Then they all had to fight the demon. It's a thing. Anyway,
Yeah. So anyway, like overall, like is this disappointing? Yes. Is could this been done better? Yes. I think there is some points in which I think they really should have. I would just say reevaluated what they were doing with the character, but he should have been Undying, or like you said, he should have been what he was from that episode. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
I think
And
that would
this,
be fair.
this to me is it feels like a punt on Solomon Grundy. So Batman Beyond, the first of the super rares.
We're here.
Yes.
All right, we're in super rares. 125 point Batman Beyond. I do not feel that he's better than the previous 100 point Batman Beyond.
At
I
all?
I feel like he's not significant enough for me to be like, yeah, I really really always want to play this one.
Hmm.
But the boom to travel, that part is always sort of good because it's just ridiculously stupid how I can fully commit and then back the heck out. The multi-spectrum camouflage opposing characters can't draw a line of fire to Batman Beyond if he's adjacent to blocking terrain. I think that sets him up for Zero Ring,
Yeah.
uh, almost as like a must play. Uh, and then you have some looks never go out of style, Precision Strike. Free, choose one to use until your next turn. Blaze Claw's Fangs, Energy Explosion, Incapacitate, Poison, or Smoke Cloud. Now, unlike the other Batman Beyond got Steel Energy, if I was correct. And yeah, then tomorrow night, a different kind of bat. Leadership, free. Choose one to use until your next turn. Combat reflexes, perplex, outwit, shape change. Again, while there's a bunch of options that I just like, I am not feeling it. And I understand for the additional 25 points, it's sort of cool. But I'd rather have the other Batman Beyond from Batman Animated Series and then equip it to give it, the appropriate accessories that I want for cheaper than to have this.
That's fair.
All right. So what drew you to this figure? Go ahead.
What drew me to this figure? He's got pretty good keywords. Again, Future, Project Cadmus. I, he does have the keyword support that I think gives him a little bit of the edge, which makes him okay with zeroing, which makes him okay with the phasing teleport and the flight,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like he definitely has he's the Swiss Army knife for a variety of keywords that I think needed the Swiss Army knife and a little bit of tanking, right? Not a lot, but a little bit.
Right. But and this is sort of my concern is once you start we talked about the little bit of taking about saying you're one side blast away.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
The
100%.
the fact that I feel he constantly has to be holding on to that wall so that that one side blast away never happens.
Hug it tight, McGinnis. Hug it hard,
Yeah.
right?
Because if that wall gets destroyed, he's
Boned.
up the creek without the
Yep.
paddle
Bad.
and without a
It's
boat.
bad. It's real bad. It's real bad.
Yeah. So like overall, yeah, I feel bad for the piece. You're not. It's not an upgrade, and I feel like someone tried to do like Cliff Notes. They were like, what did the other one do? All right, let's add some more points, and then he gets to do more things, and it's like no. Uh,
Barda.
okay. Um,
Big
Big
Barda.
Barda.
Nobody cares.
I agree. Uh, unless you got an S on your chest, you're useless. Charge flurry when Big Barda uses flurry and hits with both attacks. She has protected outwit until your turn. Man, that does not help.
Nobody
She
cares.
she has to hit with both attacks. Maybe for 50 points, yes.
She
But
has a 50-point line.
yeah, 50 points, I'm down with Big Barda. I like me some tall girls. But like legitimately, if you look at Big Barda, uh, and you compare her to Hot Girl, I'll take Hot Girl all day. 20 points less, and I'm still getting Charge Flurry.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I can evac this Barda, but realistically, she was a grenade. I mean, unless you want to say I'm going to recycle my grenade, and then you have to ask yourself, is 20 points worth recycling your grenade? And if the answer is yes, play Big Barda at 50. But other than that,
Well,
I don't
but
think so.
even the Boom Tube trade is not a free action, right?
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, none of the Boom Tube trades are free actions.
Oh, so you could just appear. Yeah. Then I downgrade every other character I talked about except Superman with Boom Tube Travel. All of them are downgraded.
um, Protected at wit's nice. Opposing characters not being able to give her extra tokens or modify her combat values is okay.
But she has to hit.
She has to hit.
She has to hit. That's lame. Just give me the ability. And I hate to say it, literally the figure is useless. You just downed your own figure. Ugh.
Booster Gold.
Booster Gold.
Barrier is free, but only to generate 2 markers. I'm interested.
Yeah, and then he's hanging out next to Terry McGinnis that says they destroy the first one. I got another one for you.
Future keyworded.
Yeah. Which
actually they share like 3 keywords, I think.
Yeah, and so again, Booster Gold, you're back, buddy. Once again. All right,
welcome back.
You have Perplex, Probability Control, two of the Trinity. When Booster Gold uses Perplex to target himself, he may instead modify combat value other than damage by +2. So 20 defense off the top. I still think he's trash. I don't think he's worth it.
Or 12 attack with prob.
I don't think it's worth it.
For 80 points?
Right. I don't think it's worth it.
Meh. 6 clicks, two free squares of barrier, plus he has knockback. Give him specs and give him free barrier and pulse wave. And laugh and laugh and laugh.
I am still not too impressed.
Okay, all right, fine.
I can't get enough energy to care. I know that sounds real bad.
It sounds real bad. I like them.
All right.
Moving on, Stripe. Don't hate on my boy. Don't hate on my boy, Stripe.
90 points. All right. Stop, defend.
No. Low dial.
Then we have Leadership. Perplex. Unique modifier when Stripe uses Leadership and succeeds this turn. When he uses Perplex to target another friendly character, he may modify that combat value except damage by +2. That's not bad-ish.
He's also a sidestep and flight with a stop, defend, and invulnerable.
It's not bad. And a Perplex.
And a Perplex. And a Leadership.
Yeah.
For all of those all-star squadron teams.
Yeah. I'll give him a 3 out of 5.
Damn it, Ed.
He doesn't do jack else, man. He's a taxi defending Perplex.
5 points.
I know.
What the hell do you want for 35 points?
I want to run more Dr. Fates. I'm sorry. Okay, next up is Stargirl.
Stargirl.
Yeah, I think you're right back at looking at low dial.
Yeah.
You know, like the higher dial is okay, but here's 30 points of Perplex and Precision Strike, and you're like, do I really need this? And it's like, but then you push and you get Pulse Wave, and you're like, aha.
Oh, there it is.
You're like, there we go. I'll chuck that grenade. So, there is some stuff there, but it's just low dial again. Warhawk, I feel Warhawk is the same thing. It's like, don't even look at the high dial, look at the low dial. And now I have charge, and adjacent friendly characters with the wing symbol can use charge. Like, I think that's useful.
For Dr. Fate?
Oh, yeah, Dr. Fates now have charge. I mean, like, I like, let's just be honest. I'm happy for Dr. Fate.
Agreed.
But there is just more and more. It's just like, how much stupider can this get with this guy? Like he is not orderly. He defies the Lord of Order, or the Lords of Order, or whatever the heck he is responsible to, or whatever.
He is a Lord of Order.
Yeah, like they're looking at this like, no, he shouldn't be doing all this. But Warhawk actually allows you to approach the Dr. Fate issue from another direction. And then also in general, Like, how many flying characters, just period, in the game could use a move and attack? Think of how many colossals that could have just used a move and attack. Think about, here, prime example, Dark Phoenix.
I was just going to say Dark Phoenix, Tri Sentinel.
Dark Phoenix has charge.
Yep.
Tri-Sentinel has charge.
Yep.
Like, that's good. Like,
Suck
just...
to suck.
Yeah, well, no, that's not suck to suck in this. This is like winners win. Like winners win. Yeah, like this is, I like this one. This Warhawk is one of those like squirrely dudes that comes up and changes things. If you're not on the lookout, Warhawk will cause you to lose a game. Let's talk about Darkseid. And let's have a constructive conversation on Darkseid. He does a lot. We're not, and we've both been in playtest games against Darkseid, correct? And then you've played Darkseid, right?
I have.
Okay. I'll let you take on the perspective of the Darkseid player, and I'll come from the perspective of the person playing against Darkseid.
So for me playing Darkseid, I want to find a better way. He needs a delivery system, right? So I think if it's placed from off the map, it doesn't count as a placement, correct? Like trouble alerts don't count as placements, POG generations don't count as placements. If it's anything from off the map or the sideline, it doesn't count.
I don't think it counts as the same. I don't think it's the same. Or no, it maybe. We'll have to rules arbit it. But go ahead.
So I really want to put him in a vehicle. I want to put him in the Batcycle or the Batmobile or something like that, and then have him drop off and do the Omega Beam.
Okay. But if he's taken off the map, does the Omega Beam still exist?
Well, I mean, you could only do the free action. So what I would say, are you asking if I can Omega Beam while he's in the vehicle piloting?
No, because you can Omega Beam and it exists on the map. And then what would happen if you got inside of a vehicle?
It would go away, wouldn't it?
It's not a terrain. It's just a thing.
I guess it would stay there.
You couldn't move it, but
you don't have to put it out. It's a free action to put it out.
It's a free action to put it out, but it's not a terrain, and it doesn't have any duration effects.
Well, so what I'm saying is that you move him out there, you get him out of the vehicle. Either the vehicle dies or he. And you place him, then you place the marker, and then you hit somebody as a delivery system, right?
That's an idea. We didn't ever do that, did we?
We did not.
We never did that because it was like we were talking about that with the Batcycle.
But the Omega Beam doesn't like blocking. It doesn't like barrier.
Doesn't like a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's a lot of the meta, and he needs for a 200-point figure to not have any. I'm sorry, I try not to cuss. Not have any mobility at all. He's a new god, and he doesn't even have improved movement hindered.
Right.
He's a destroyer of worlds.
Literally.
And Homeboy gets stopped by a bush.
Yeah.
So I would love to play Darkseid. I can't. I can't. I tried. It doesn't work.
Okay. I look at it like this. While Darkseid is the new shiny, he has potential in pre-rotation. I think post-rotation, I think most people are just going to wait until they're able to utilize his ability in more efficient ways.
Well, but
It,
look at what Black Widow does to him.
oh, I mean, yeah, like he's gimped. Like he's hella gimped. Like as much as you said, like he doesn't like barrier and blocking, he needs barrier and blocking so that he can survive Widow. Because otherwise, he's completely at
Or be
odds.
inside of a vehicle so he can survive with it.
Well, the whole thing about being inside of vehicles, yeah, you're transferring your stats to use, so you're useful against Widow. Like, and I think that's something that WizKids will have to actually think about and resolve because they unleashed a monster without actually figuring out what needs to be done with it. Like it shoots down everything, not some things, everything, and that's too much.
So we don't. We want to keep the conversation focused on justice.
Right? Yeah, I know.
Right?
It's just when we
But
start looking at in combination of everything in the meta right now that we know of, this is not. I think Darkseid is dead on arrival.
he's 200 points that are unplayable.
Yes. Well,
Yes.
in post rotation, yes. In pre rotation, you have to be way more crafty, and at least you can have ID cannons that you can throw at uh, the Black Widow player. Post rotation, you're on your own. Like I hate to say it like that. Like Darkseid doesn't stand a chance, at least right now under the current format. Like Darkseid would need to almost have an army of the 10-point Supermans and something so that you would have enough actions for him to compete. So
Yeah.
the Superman's block line of fire and get Darkseid into a position. He Omega beams and then lights them up. The rolling for the movement of the Omega beams is the other part that I'm like, ugh, this is not fun. Just let me take the shot. You know,
Just give him a free range of 8.
let me just take the shot. And make it so that if I'm shooting around a corner, then let me shoot around a corner but have some penalty or whatever else. I think that would have been better. Okay. That's it for Darkseid. Let's move to Ace. I'll let you take on Ace too, because I've played Ace, but I am not I'm still undecided on Ace.
Um, my opinion, Ace is probably one of the best figures in the set. Perplex prob 60 points prevents your opponents from using prob.
Mm-hmm.
That's a suck to suck, right?
Yeah, unless it's a theme prob.
But I mean, but then I'm forcing you to theme prob.
Right.
Double target double target mind control, and hands out insanity tokens, which are nice. Big thing is if they just try to rush in and kill her and not deal with her super sensitive shape change light dial.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they try to just shoot her, she does 1 damage to their entire team. And it's unavoidable. Screw you.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's just levels, just entire teams in a backlash. Minimum, if it's a close combat, the person that hit them gets it. But if it's a range, everybody gets it.
Yeah. I I think where it comes down for me is the amount of control that you just have on prob. There are too many teams that I'm seeing right now that Unfortunately, from my perspective, they do rely on special types of probs like Oz teams. Like you just need Oz's prob. Otherwise, he is after the positioning is done early game. Oz's usually don't do much, and then if you take away the prob, then now you have to start hunting and pecking for objects to TK around just to do something. So I see Ace being an issue. My other concern with Ace is I don't see her really working well on the theme team unless you see something I'm not seeing.
I do not. I think that she would be played off theme. I think that she'd be really good with dice replacement.
Uh, yeah, well, yeah, I see what you're saying about that because then you start creating penalties for your opponents because they can't re-roll, and you're more likely to create more absolute misses versus iffy misses. So, yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. Um,
And by the
go ahead.
way, Lucas Tom Van Holland wrote an outstanding article about Ace on Majestics. You should go check it out.
Yes. Uh, yes, I got these. I had these little bugs flying around because of my tomato plants. All right. Let's move on down the line to our next figure, and
The Atom.
yeah,
The Atom.
we're getting the good stuff now.
As if we were
You cut out.
ready. I said, as if we weren't talking about the good stuff already. We
Yeah.
have the Atom.
All right. So if we go into the Atom, I think the Atom and Micron are going to be probably a good conversation. And so you have, of course, your Justice League Unlimited, Wife Dwarf Star Belt, free, choose an adjacent character with standard damage symbol until your next turn. The chosen character has tiny symbol if they are adjacent to the Atom. This is definitely useful if you're trying to increase defenses or just make it so that someone that normally couldn't be carried can now be carried.
It increases mobility, right? Drastically.
Right. Then you have riding along undetected, leap, climb, stealth. When an adjacent character is given a move or power action after resolutions, you may place the Atom adjacent to that character. So now Atom picks up so and so you just shrunk. They move out. Then the Atom gets placed next to that person. And you have Perplexing Outwit, which is really good.
And a 19 defense with super senses.
And tiny.
And tiny. Shades of Atomica, right?
Better than Atomica. Way
Atomica
better.
had CSA.
Atomica had CSA and no Perplex.
Or Outwit.
Or Outwit. Yeah. So, yeah, overall, I think he's going to be like a $50 piece.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's Micron. And Micron is definitely like a $75 to $80 piece. Maybe not, I don't think he's 100, but I definitely think he's going to at least be 70 for a while. Size alteration. Now, he is Justice League, but he does not have the unlimited trait, which sort of glad, because that's a waste of points. Sidestep free. Choose tiny symbol or colossal symbol. Micron has a chosen symbol until your next turn. So he does start standard. So I do want to point out that the Atom makes Micron tiny. They do their hit, like go to the Hitchhiker. When Micron is tiny and an adjacent character is given a move action or a power action, same thing as the Atom. Okay. All right. Atom makes Micron tiny, then Micron makes himself colossal. And he can pop off.
100%.
So depending on your situation, you can tailor what you need. Oh, I need line of fire. Okay, well he's tiny now because the atom made him tiny. Okay, now that's over. Now he can be colossal again. So,
Or because both Micron has the follow ability, right? Like you follow over with Micron whenever he's tiny, then you make him combat experts.
right. And also, just to remind people, even though he's a bit more expensive, Micron is the colossal retaliator for Justice League. Like power, if Micron is colossal symbol, place him adjacent to an opposing character that damaged another friendly character since your last turn. This action is free if that friendly character was KO'd.
And just worth noting also that if he does that and there's an atom next to him, that atom would come with him.
Correct. Which makes everything a lot more interesting because do you know what's real easy for your opponent to KO? A 10-point Dr. Fate. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Putting it out there, man.
Just letting it drift on the breeze. Now, I would also argue as well as like if you look at our primes in terms of like useful for your Justice League, it's a hard push to pick between Batman, in my opinion, Batman and Micron. Like both are just really, really good. And there's only a 10-point difference between the two. So, I mean, take it as you want, but I think both characters, I think you can see very clear paths on where Justice League would go with either of them as your prime.
Agreed.
All right, let's go into Mongol.
Mongol, the man who would be Mongol.
I feel like this is, again, like someone went to War of Light and then said, let's just offer the same thing again. Like, I don't think this is a good heroclix.
So that's a little bit harsh. But is it playable like in 300 Modern? No. Is it a casual piece? Maybe.
Yeah. And that's my point. Is like I don't see anyone actually using this. Like unless it's in sealed. So, all right, Star Sapphire. Let's look at her. And in all honesty, we're probably not ever playing her at 70 points.
No. Hell no.
Now, no, she has team ups. We know she has team ups.
Yep.
But we don't know what they are. So
yeah, we do.
What? Invulnerability
it's free to barrier.
No. From the other characters.
Oh, we don't know. We don't know that other characters. It could just be Lex, right?
Ew, that would be bad.
I think it's probably just Lex.
If it's just Lex, that would be really bad. But okay, going back, Star Sapphire at 30 points is a winner. She's a grade A winner. And I think if someone was telling me, like, would you have to spam in Justice League? Well, like we were talking before, I think this is it. Now, is it as good as our Dr. Fate train? No, it's not. But, like, let's look at what we have. We have Shape Change, Mystic Steam ability. We have TK. We have Energy Shield Deflection. We have decent stats. We have Press the Advantage when Star Sapphire attacks a single opposing character with an action token. She can use Precision Strike and modifies her attack by +1 for each action token on her target. So yeah, there's some incentives to actually run her and select your targets, more precisely. So I think that she has utility. Like because she could just really, really token down a team if potentially. What do you think?
I think that she has some potential at 30 points. Some. It's a rough path for her. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
I just
Uh,
it's
sorry.
I don't see it. I don't.
Okay.
I think that there are other things
Greater things.
out. I think the only time you see her played really is with Lex. Let's say it that way.
uh, I don't really have a hard argument against that. I really don't. Uh, and it all comes down to if it actually is revealed that she has team ups. Because if she has team ups, I think that's where it all starts to come together. And at 30 points, then I definitely say like, yeah, she's going to get played. But if she doesn't have team ups, then I feel like that's sort of a waste. All right, let's go on and we're going to look at another ultra. We're going to look at Ultra Humanite.
Ultra Humanite Low Dial is the boss.
Yeah, but he doesn't have Injustice League, which is a part that sucks.
Yes, he does.
Oh, never mind, he does. Never mind, he does.
He has the TA, the keyword, and the trait.
Yeah, I clicked on the wrong character. So, Ultra Humanite, I think this is a good character. At 25 points, you have the TK, you have the mind control, you have the sidestep. Uh, yeah, like this is the hero. This might actually be your hero for Ultra Humanites and mind controlling with improved targeting noise hindering, elevated and blocking in a range of 8.
Yep.
Yeah,
For 25 points.
for
Yep.
25 points plus in Justice League.
He is a super rare.
Yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm. I
Uh,
like that too.
yeah, I think that's your money. So definitely, he's $50. He's gonna stay $50. He has scientist and animal keywords, so both of those are really good.
Well, PJ wants to play him, I think. So we'll see. We'll see how long that stays the same. It's definitely $50.
The moment PJ plays it, you might as well just start writing against the future and ask for a bailout. Like that's usually how it goes. Uh, all right, you go ahead. And, I'll give you the next one here.
You're going to give me Justice Lord's Hawk Girl, and let's pause for a moment while I say everything that I want to say about Justice Lord Hawk Girl.
All right, go ahead.
I'm saying nothing about Justice Lord Hawk Girl. There's nothing to say.
She's that bad.
It's rough. It's really really rough.
Okay. So I look at it and I mean I'm not impressed. Uh, I don't know if I should be.
There's nothing to be impressed with.
Um,
What are you going to be impressed with?
so I mean like that's how I sort of I'm just looking at it. I'm like, if this was Hyper Time, this would be a god piece.
Yep.
But it's not Hyper Time, so even if it was War of Light, this would have been a god piece.
Yep.
It's just not there.
Nope.
Uh, all right, so let's go on. Martian Manhunter,
Justice Lord's Martian Manhunter.
Alien Snake Dragon. Now the sad part is we already know more than likely the sculpt is not going to be the Snake Dragon thing. That was pretty cool. It's more like
They allude to it, I think,
um,
in the sculpt.
I haven't seen the picture of the sculpt, so Flurry, Stealth, Giant Reach 3, Phasing teleport as free, but Martian Manhunter can't move more than 4 squares. Like this is the Martian Manhunter we should have gotten before. Flurry as free. I mean, phasing as free, and then pop off with the flurry. Like that's what's up. But no, we don't get that. We get this.
Well, but even then, Ed, that's not top dial.
I know that should be
And
top
for
dial.
90 points, it should be top dial.
It should be top dial. That's my point. Regeneration super senses really do not care. Like,
If he had a 50-point line and started at that click, I'd play it all day.
yeah, same. Wonder Woman. Justice Lord's Wonder Woman. Yeah. There's nothing here. I feel out of energy. I know we've been doing this for a while, but it's like, where's the excitement? It's not really there. And so like when we look through all of the super rares, you're like, who's sort of checking the boxes? Stripe, Warhawk, okay, Ace, Atom Micron, Ultra Humanite.
Mm-hmm.
That's 6.
Mm-hmm.
That's 6. That's pathetic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's talk chases.
Let's do it.
I'm going to say this with the chases. The chases, to me, are some of the best chases that we've had since the Trouble Alerts initially came out. And I feel, I'm going to state that clearly, that these chases are useful for actual Injustice League teams. I just think, unfortunately, the volume of characters in which you would have to buy is economically unviable. And that's where I sort of stand at.
This is an expensive set.
In more ways than one.
Monetarily, this is an expensive set. By the time we talk about spammable chases,
Yeah.
Trouble Alert and Troublemaker chases, team up cards, and $50 super rares.
Yeah.
And how many figures in this set are just spammable? Right?
Mm-hmm.
How many of these figures? How many of these figures in this set do I want to run 3 or 4 of? It's a money set.
Yes. But here's where I sort of like resign. And it goes like this. If I look at all of these chases, and I'm sort of lumping them together, and I'm not going through each one, just one in part because of certain outside factors to the show right now, but the problem that I have is like let's take what's his name? Let's take Brainiac, okay?
Okay.
And we'll look at Brainiac at 40 points. Brainiac at 40 points has access to phasing teleport when Brainiac uses it. Phasing teleport and moves 4 squares or less. After resolution, he keeps incapacitate at no cost. That's great. I can either pick to choose Psychic Blast or Incapacitate. I functionally have a running shot Incapacitate, triple target Incapacitate with good values with an 11 attack. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Okay? The Earth had disappeared once per turn for all characters with this effect. Roll a d6, 3 through 4. Give each opposing character within 4 squares of Brainiac that occupies elevated terrain an action token. I already have an ability to give you to use Incap, and now I'm just tokening down guys again. 5 through 6 deal each opposing character within 4 squares of Brainiac that occupies elevated terrain 1 penetrating damage. So there's if I have multiples of that, there's a team to be built there.
Absolutely.
You know, and I feel like Injustice League would have had that potential. Even if you look at Black Manta, he's 40 points. Okay. And now I have Hook, Line, and Stinker. When Black Manta hits, after resolutions, choose one. Place a hit character adjacent to Black Manta. Or generate a water terrain marker in his square and a hit character square. So if you're grounded, I hit you, guess what? You're going to have to walk out of water terrain. Or I can just tell you, get over here, like Scorpion, and pull you out of, wherever.
Absolutely. Again, and spammable, Injustice, Pirate, right?
Right. And you can put that person, like when you understand, it's like when you put them adjacent to Black Manta, it can be in any adjacent square to Black Manta. That's technically adjacent. There are tons of options that you can do that. So like when I just scroll through all of these, and I mean the Trouble Alert guys, they're okay.
Samurai and Black Vulcan are both very playable, and Wonder Twins is.
So functionally, like I said, the Trouble Alert guys are good. You don't think Green Arrow is playable?
Green Arrow is playable.
Okay.
100%.
But like overall, I just look at this. I'm like, man, why couldn't the same level of care or thought that was put into the Troublemakers be put into the rest of this Injustice League? So that's how I feel. Real briefly on, we'll just go through each character of the Fast Forces.
Starter set.
Or right? Starter set.
You get 2 maps, or 2 double-sided maps, so a total of 4 maps. They're all good and all worthy of attention. You should look at them. Can I start with Superman?
Well, let's start with Wonder Woman. And
okay.
Wonder Woman, I think she's okay.
40-point hypersonic attacker with leadership.
I think that's where you're mainly going to see her. Flash, high point dial, you're never going to see that. Low point dial, I don't think it's worth it. What about you?
No. Well, I mean, he does have a unique, but he's a little bit expensive for 60 points with that effect.
Right.
And he has improved movement, ignores characters, which is fine. But again, he's the fastest man alive, but a bush stops him, right?
Yeah. Batman, again, not worth it. What do you think?
Yeah, no, not there. I just don't think it's there.
Okay,
so either dial.
So now we get to Green Lantern, and I feel like they would just say Sinestro 2.0. And
yeah, swing and a miss again.
Yeah,
just not there. Even at 40 points.
40 points, I'm halfway there. Mainly because I got range combat expert. That's it. But even still, I would more than likely be looking at the Trouble Alert Green Lantern. I know that's a little elitist, but Superman at 125.
Superman is good.
I will let you talk on Superman then.
Superman at 125. 10-speed hypersonic gets +2 if you have 4 or more characters with Justice League keyword. It gets +2 in speed, that is. Read Dr. Fate. If you have so for all friendly characters that can use this trait, action total +1. So you now, if you play that with Dr. Fates, you are now at a total of 6 actions with just him and Dr. Fate. That's at either dial. Then he has traded super strength with free. Place Batman adjacent to an opposing character that he knocked back at least 1 square this turn. Then make a close attack targeting that character. So if he hypersonics, or if he runs up and hits somebody, or if you influence ring somebody, he then teleports next to them and makes an attack. Pretty dope. And he has 2 stop clicks with invul and super senses. 2 stop clicks with invul and super senses, and 4 damage battle fury on those clicks.
Okay. So there we go. I personally, at this stage, I could see why someone would play full dials. I see why people would play full dial. Whatchamacallit, Superman. I'm not quite sure on low dial Superman.
I think low dial Superman is probably if you want to try to maximize him with some team ups.
Yeah, that's well, no, because I'd rather you just might as well run the trouble alert.
I think low dial Superman's way better than Trouble Alert.
Sidestep over. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Let's go to Martian Manhunter. 75 points, no. 40 points, yes. And I'll let you go ahead and talk about Martian Manhunter.
Martian Manhunter, shades of Captain America from Age of Ultron Fast Forces.
It's 10 points cheaper.
Yeah, 10 points cheaper. Has a leadership. Again, gives you the action total +1. So for 40 points, he gives you +2 to your action total. Yeah, yeah. Let's do that. Because why wouldn't I? Oh, and I get more placement. What a shame. I get more. I get more movement on a team that exists with Doctor Fate.
Right.
More action total, more mobility. It's almost like the Justice League is unlimited.
Oh, you took my joke. I was waiting for the end. Okay. Yeah, so that's it for the show. Thank you for dealing with us through the end of this in our Justice League and our unlimited bad jokes. You can follow me on Twitter at StarOverPod. It came from outer space and told me, man, you gotta stop recording podcasts at like starting at 10 at night. It's a bad idea, man. You can email me at startingoverpodcast@gmail.com. It's startingoverpodcast@gmail.com. If you wish to opine, keep it pithy, keep it interesting, keep it awesome, baby. Let me know what you think about this set. And that's it. I'd like to thank you all for listening. And remember, we all have to start over sometimes.